Hi, I'm Tom Lopatosky, proprietor of Lopco Contracting. Today we're going to talk about a very unique feature on somebody's home. Let's go. The dome to the left over my shoulder here, towards the front of the house that we're working on, is a very cool feature of this house. It's a feature that we don't see every day, but when we have the opportunity to work on something like this, it's a very awesome thing to add to our repertoire. There's a lot of repairs that are needed with this particular dome, and how we're going to do it and how we're going to start the repair process is we're going to prep all the surfaces of the peeling areas. We're going to make sure they're properly scraped and brought back to the area or the level where they need to be in order to receive paint coatings appropriately. When that's done, we're going to repair the seams in the tiles of the dome and take care of anything that needs to be done from a structural standpoint to make sure that water doesn't get behind them and deteriorate it from the inside out over a period of time from here going forward. On the left side of this dome, as it returns into the roof, there's a big gap right there that may allow animals to get into them, whether they're squirrels, birds, etc. It's an opportunity for them to nest someplace high up above the ground, and so they don't have to worry about predators, etc. It's also a bad area due to the fact that it can allow a lot of moisture in, and I'm sure rain, snow, etc. The weather elements pour into this area anytime that there's any type of weather. Now, how we repair that is there's just a process we use to seam it together, and we just make sure that the hole is closed up and everything looks like it was naturally there. It's a seamless transition. It should look like it's always been there. Now, after that whole repair process is done, everything's scraped, etc., what we do is we make sure that the proper primer goes on. Now, the proper primer to use in this particular circumstance is one that goes over a ferrous metal. A ferrous metal is anything that can rust out on you over a period of time. A non-ferrous metal is something that does not rust, and there are different primers that you use associated with each. Because this is a ferrous metal, we have to use a rust inhibiting primer that's going to neutralize the rust and lock in the potential of it bleeding through the finish coat. And then the finish coat, depending on the color the customer ultimately chooses, will be a high-end finish coat meant to be put on top of this type of metal.